Hi friends, I'm Jeffy G. Sometimes you stumble across a great source of samples and plugins by accident, and it ends up that it gives you a whole new set of inspiration for creating music.
I got this great plugin for iOS called Dustbin. It was free, and it's a really good reverb that's based on putting speakers inside a garbage can. So I went to look at the website, Caelum Audio, and as I'm poking through some of their plugins, I'm seeing lots of good stuff. I ended up downloading some other things for free. This roast beef plugin in the Dustbin, and this Flux Mini too. Anyway, while I'm poking around their website, I notice here from the menu they've got free samples, and I listened to them and they look pretty good. So I've started downloading them, and I'm going to use this for my Inspirational Sounds series because I think they've got some really cool stuff. And it's amazing that you stumble across these things and think, this stuff is great. They were in zip files, so I unzipped them and I ended up with a directory, something like this. There's some clicks and stuff in there. It's nice that they're organized into kits. I could just drag those into a sampler or into a drum machine, and they're ready to go. That's kind of nice. Beer cans. It does sound like beer cans. Definitely miscellaneous. What I got for snares. Ooh, those are good. Hey! 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 Nice.
We swear by peace and love to stand. We swear by...
Okay.
Feel that energy. Feel that unity. Keep that feeling in your heart.
Definitely a grater. Water bottle. Cake tin. What do latex gloves sound like? That's pretty accurate. There's quite a lot in there. I can imagine using some of these for percussion might be fun. Piano. Well, those sound great. Oh, spoons. Weighted strings. Oh, I like that. I could see a whole instrument made of these. I just have to think about what I'm going to do with all this stuff. Do I make instruments out of it? Do I make drum kits? How can I use this to inspire some kind of musical creation? So this folder that I created with all the samples that I downloaded is 760 items, taking up 792 megabytes. And I was thinking, you know, what's a good way to browse through this stuff? Remember, it was organized into all of these folders, and it had some really interesting sounds. Then I thought, what if I use XO for at least just the drum parts. Here's XO. What I did was I clicked on the file management utility and I added that folder. It wasn't too difficult. It was in my samples library. I just clicked on this and added. I won't add it again. It scanned through them, and you can see down here, it picked up 498 drum sounds. One of the options in XO is that you can have it just select what it thinks are drums versus other samples. And then in XO, you've got this entire cloud, right? So if you load a preset, that preset could be, from the entire cloud of sounds. Of course, you can pick sounds anywhere in that cloud, but I'm just interested in those new samples that I have. So if you click on the search down here, rather than have it search through all your libraries, you can say none, and then just turn on the new samples that I've loaded, which is this Caelum audio feature. So I created a few. Let's just take a look. This was the first one I created. Pretty strange, right? Then I came up with this one. Now, each one of those presets has sounds. But you could change the sound. So if that hi-hat sounds a bit weird, you can sort of browse through alternatives for it and play it. And then you could further edit the patterns if you're looking for something a little bit more interesting. So let's say I take that sound. Some pretty weird stuff in there. Just take a look at some of the others that I came up with. That one you can really hear the household door closing. I think it's a door. You can really hear it in there. Let's see where that is. There it is. Really interesting how it made kits out of these sounds. So XO is a really good tool for just sort of mixing and matching and coming up with some really weird combinations of all of those samples. And like I said, you can always go back to the space view, and the universe at this point is just limited to sounds that were included or recognized as drums by XO. The idea here is you pick the snare, you go, okay, here's what it sounds like, but here's the alternatives. That's not bad. Now you're relying on XO and its algorithms to determine what are similar sounding snares. Here in the claps, it's finding things that sound like a clap. Just going to open Logic and create a new project. A new empty project. And what I'm going to do is just take a look at some of those samples Remember, they're all organized into folders here, but under this body sounds processing, there were actual kits. So kit 1 is made up of these 5 sounds. And you can just highlight those 5 sounds, pull them into Logic, hover over there, and add them as a drum machine. And what Drum Machine Designer does is assigns them to the first 5 pads. Okay, and you can make whatever adjustments you want to make here by, adding reverb, increasing the volume, delay, all that kind of stuff. So you've got 5 sounds there to work with, and obviously the vendor that created the pack had some intention that you might want to use these sounds together somehow. So in order to hear it, let's just create a pattern region, and we'll pull up an existing pattern. We'll go into Logic's patterns. These are the predefined patterns that come delivered. We'll just choose this one and see what we get. So it doesn't sound great because the assignments aren't perfect. If you look at that top line, that should be a kick. So if we go to the kit pieces, pick the kit, that makes sense. This one down here looks like it would be a hi-hat. Kit piece, hat. This one looks like it would be a snare. Is there a snare there? Yeah, there is. I don't know what that would be. This one might be a clap or something. Let's try perk. Mute that one and do it again. Okay, here was kit 3. Another 5 sounds. Drag them into Logic. Again, only 5 sounds, but let's see if we take this pattern. Pretty strange. Of course, there's all kinds of things you can do once it's in Logic. You can reverse the direction or have it go back and forth, modify something like the hi-hat. You could play with the velocities. So you could see their velocities are going up and down, which is nice. It's a good way to do a hi-hat. And you could put on the repeat. So you can have a lot of fun with those samples.
Who knows where the inspiration comes from? We all get it from different places, but as long as we keep working on creating music and new ideas, it's good. Now, if this inspirational series is of interest to you, click on the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. It really helps my channel grow. Feel free to add comments. I always like to hear from you. Thanks for watching.